Big show ahead here on Ravens Rundown. Tyler Jones here. Thanks for joining us as we have the latest from Ravens training camp. Talking about Melvin Gordon's arrival, Geno Stone, an injury update on him, as well as Patrick Queen speaking out as he enters his fourth season with the Baltimore Ravens. We'll go over all of that and more coming up in a matter of moments. Let's start with Melvin Gordon. Does he or does he not still got it? That is the $3 million question that Ravens fans are asking after Melvin Gordon signed with Baltimore several days ago. And is he ultimately going to make the roster when it's all said and done? Well, let's catch up to speed with what you need to know on Melvin Gordon. He was cut after 10 games by the Denver Broncos last season as he had a grand total of 5 fumbles. I believe the folks call that Butterfingers. Then he joined the Chiefs' Super Bowl run, but not quite. He was on the practice squad. Never got activated to the active roster. Did get a Super Bowl ring out of it, though. And the Ravens ended up signing him to a 1-year, $3.1 million deal before training camp. So now he's arrived, and he's got something to prove at this point. Here's what he said about joining the Ravens. I'm happy that I get to put on a jersey and represent an organization. I'm excited because I could be at home wondering what I'm going to do next. I have some things lined up, but I'm not ready to give my dream up right now. Being the new guy, you have to take each and every opportunity for what it's worth and make the best of it. When I get the ball in my hands and I get to do my thing, I've got to show them why I'm still valuable. I'm sure there's a lot of guys over there in Denver right now thinking the same thing. People do a lot of dirt kicking when they're down and disrespecting their name. There's just a lot to prove. I'm just a different color right now. I totally get where Melvin Gordon is coming from. And what's interesting here is he has an opportunity, right? With J.K. Dobbins on the PUP list and the contract issues there is a golden opportunity for Melvin Gordon to prove himself. Here's the deal. If Melvin Gordon shows that he still has something left in the tank, if he can protect the football, then Melvin Gordon could very well make the 53-man roster for the Baltimore Ravens and get significant playing time when it's all said and done. The experience is there. He's been a 2-time Pro Bowler. We mentioned not only just the Chiefs and Broncos, but also played for the Chargers. Somehow didn't end up with the Raiders. I thought that he was going to do his whole go-round of the AFC West there. But the former first-round pick is a talented player. We know that. But let's see if he's still got any tread on the miles still left and if he can take care of the football. If he can prove those things, then there's a spot for him on this Baltimore Ravens team. The numbers for Melvin Gordon the last 4 seasons, you can see last year in 10 games played, had 318 yards, 2 touchdowns. The year prior, 918 yards, 4.5 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns. 2020, 986 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and 9 touchdowns. If the Ravens can get the Melvin Gordon we saw in 2021 and 2020, that'd be just fine as far as I'm concerned. But what do you think? Prediction time here on Ravens Rundown. Will Melvin Gordon make the Ravens roster? Weigh in. Tell us what you think. Y for yes, in for no. Chime in and tell me if you think Melvin Gordon makes it or not. Let us know in the comment section below. Folks, we are right on the verge of 10,000 subscribers here on Ravens Rundown. I might have to do something crazy, and I'm open to suggestions when we get to 10,000 subscribers here on the channel. But we need your help to get there first. 16 of you. That's just like a family reunion, the cookout. Invite the cookout to come subscribe to Ravens Rundown for the latest happenings in your Baltimore Ravens. Daily news and rumors. We're covering training camp, getting you ready for the season. Got some live shows, some watch parties, all sorts of stuff in the works. And the more subscribers we get, the more content we can bring you. That's how it works here at Chat Sports. Subscribe now for free. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment, so you stay up to date on your Baltimore Ravens. We cover this team like no one else does around here. Subscribe now. You'll be glad you did. YouTube.com/RavensTV to subscribe for free today. Let's get to the injury front. Let's start with the bad, and then we'll get to the good. Safety Geno Stone left practice on Monday with an ankle injury. His return, though, is expected soon. More from ESPN as the tweet goes. Ravens safety Geno Stone did suffer an ankle injury, but it's considered a short-term injury. So not too long, at least. It doesn't seem that serious. John Harbaugh talked about it. Didn't seem awfully concerned necessarily when it came to Geno Stone. And knock on wood for a moment, but so far the Ravens have gone pretty well when it comes to the injury front at this point in time. Now, you got that, you got J.K. Dobbins, but considering the way things have gone the last couple of seasons with injuries, this is manageable. Everybody, of course, is going to have somebody banged up at this point. And when you factor in just the bad luck the Ravens have had, they're in a manageable situation for now at the very least. Things could obviously change, but things are A-okay, at least for the moment, for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the good news on the injury front. Zay Flowers, he made his return, along with Pepe Williams. They returned to practice. Zay Flowers from an illness, Pepe Williams with an ankle injury. And more on Zay Flowers here. He was one of the stars of practice on Tuesday. He won his 3 one-on-ones and had 2 red zone touchdowns. Odell Beckham also had 2 red zone touchdowns, but dropped what should have been a 70-yard touchdown. So Zay Flowers looking just fine coming back from the illness there. Meanwhile, John Harbaugh weighed in on Pepe Williams, and this is what he had to say about Pepe, as well as the young corners who are competing for playing time. You have to establish yourself at some point. You have to establish yourself a 53-man roster, then a consistent contributor, then as a starter, then as an established starter, and then from there, those guys are on the first leg of that journey. So let's send some positive vibes over to Geno Stone. Want to see him get back on the football field as quickly as possible because we know this Ravens team is going to need him. So, Flock, here's what I need you to do. Go in that comment section and spam 26 in the comment section. We don't know. Maybe Geno's watching. Maybe his family's watching. And we want to get some good vibes headed his direction and know that the Ravens flock are here to support him. We're rooting him on and want to see him back on the football field as quickly as possible. Type 26 in the comment section below. Got a new merch alert here on Ravens Rundown. Brand new sideline hats that we are selling only at chatsports.com/Ravens hats. And these are the same hats that you're going to see some of your favorite Ravens staff and personnel and players wear on, get this, the sidelines this season. And I got to tell you, I love just that aggressive bird look that you're seeing. We have these hats. We have others as well. On sale now at chatsports.com/Ravens hats. And you can get these in time for the NFL season as well. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and get yours now. Support your favorite team. Be rocking out with your flock out. You'll be looking snazzy right there for football season. Chatsports.com/Ravens hats is where you can find these today. Chatsports.com/Ravens hats. Now to Patrick Queen. Expectations are high for the Ravens linebacker as he enters his 4th season with the Baltimore Ravens. And we've heard from Eric DeCosta say that although he hasn't been a Pro Bowler yet, they believe that he's a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker. And they say they want to extend him, that they want to keep him around, but they declined his 5th-year option. There's no deal done at this point in time. So where does that leave Patrick Queen heading into 2023? John Harbaugh had this to say about Patrick Queen this week. He said, I think the sky's the limit for Patrick. My expectations for Patrick are to have a stellar season, and it's only been affirmed by the way he's practiced, the way he's carried himself. He's in a contract year and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes guys get distracted. Harbaugh went on to say, and he has not been distracted at all. He's locked in on the mission ahead, and you appreciate that. It's showing up in the way he plays every day. Look, we don't know what the future holds with Patrick Queen. He could be traded. He could be extended. It could just be a one-year kind of rental of sorts. They could even trade him before the season begins. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us are pretending like we know for sure one way or the other. But I'll say this. I appreciate the approach that you're seeing from Patrick Queen. Hearing what John Harbaugh says. We'll show you Patrick Queen, what he had to say in a moment. But everything that we've been told and we've heard when it comes to Patrick Queen, his approach and how he's handling this has been very mature. He's going about this in a professional manner, and that's what you love to see. So all of that is very positive for Patrick Queen. I've been impressed, to say the least, on that front. Here's Patrick Queen on his expectations for this upcoming season. I definitely haven't gotten close to the surface of the player I can be, and everybody around here knows it. I think people around the league know it, and that's why I'm out here just trying to get better, trying to compete, trying to master my craft. The Ravens, as we mentioned, declined his fifth-year option, and Queen, in the same statement that we just read you, he admitted he was pissed about not getting that fifth-year option of that guaranteed money and guaranteeing he would be in Baltimore next year. But he did go on to say he's not focused on the contract. That's not where his priorities are at, that he wants to play football at a high level and have a big year this year. And think about this. When you look ahead to next offseason, if Patrick Queen does not get that new deal, he is going to be a very young free agent out there. Just 24 years old would be Patrick Queen when he would enter free agency next season. Queen coming off the best season of his career. Things started out a bit slow last year for Patrick Queen, but he had a strong finish to the year, and he and Roquan Smith were quite the combination together. And Roquan got a lot out of Patrick Queen as he finished the year with 117 tackles, 9 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, also had 2 interceptions. Those numbers up from what he was able to do in 2021 and 2020. So we'll see if he takes the next step forward and becomes that Pro Bowl linebacker that the Ravens think he is. Now, your chance to weigh in. Should the Ravens extend Patrick Queen? Remember, they drafted Trenton Simpson from Clemson as well, so he's there. Do they need to keep Patrick Queen around? Or should they trade him, maybe go get another position group, give him the new deal or not? What do you think? Weigh in. Tell me what you think in the comments section. E for extend, P for pass. Chime in. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Threads, at Tyler Jones Live. You can find me there. I'll see you next time, right here on Ravens Rundown.